Among the humans, one fighter caught her attention, a female with long red hair who moved faster than the others. She fought with a metal blade in each hand, striking down training dummies with precision. The human female trained alone away from her, group pushing herself harder than the others. Corla stepped forward, curious to see the human up close. Her armored boots made no sound on the soft earth thanks to Zentari technology. She could observe without being noticed. The human female continued, her practice unaware of being watched. The human moved through a series of complex attacks, her face serious with concentration. Sweat ran down her skin and her breathing came fast, but she did not stop. Her dedication impressed Corla, who valued discipline. Above all else, a twig snapped under Corla's foot. The human spun around, blades ready, her green eyes wide with surprise. The two females stared at each other across the clearing. Neither moving, Corla raised her upper arms in the Zentari gesture of peace, while keeping her lower arms near her weapons just in case. The human did not attack but did not lower her blades either. "How long have you been watching me?" The human asked, her voice steady. Despite her obvious fear, Corla activated her translation device which hung at her throat. "Long enough to see you are a skilled warrior," she replied. The device converted her words into the human language called English. The human female tilted her head. "I am Kate," she said after a moment. "My name is Kate Wilson." Corla nodded. "I am Commander Corla of the Zentari Elite." Guard Kate lowered her weapon slightly but remained alert. "Why are you here?" she asked. "Are you planning to attack us?" Corla considered her answer. The truth might frighten the human, but lies would not. Serve her purpose. "We came seeking resources," she admitted, "but finding intelligent life changes our mission. I must report to my superiors." Kate studied the alien standing before her. She had seen the Zentari ships arrive 2 weeks ago, hovering over major cities around the world. Most humans had panicked, but Kate had prepared. She had always believed aliens would come someday and had trained herself to be ready. The alien looked strong. Her blue skin covered powerful muscles, and she stood nearly 7 feet tall. The forearms gave her an advantage in combat, and the armor she wore appeared advanced beyond human technology. Yet her silver eyes held intelligence and something Kate recognized. "Respect. We have resources," Kate said carefully, "but they belong to us. We will defend them." Corla made a sound like distant thunder, which her translator converted to laughter. "You would fight the Zentari Empire. Your weapons are primitive, your numbers." Small Kate stood straighter. "I would fight. Yes, even against impossible odds. Some things are worth fighting for." Corla felt something stir within her. She had lived for 120 Earth years dedicated to military service, rising through the ranks by strength and cunning. Never had she met another being who impressed her so quickly. This small human female with her fierce determination reminded Corla of herself in her youth. "Perhaps there is another way," Corla said. "There are resources in this system that do not belong to your people. The gas giant you call Jupiter holds elements we need. We could negotiate." Kate considered this. The alien seemed sincere, but Kate knew better than to trust too quickly. Negotiations would require government involvement. She said, "I am just a soldier." Corla stepped closer, observing how Kate tensed but held her ground. "You are more than just a soldier." The alien said, "You are a warrior. I would be proud to fight alongside. You have the spirit of a Zentari." For the first time, Kate smiled. The tension between them shifted. "You would fight with a human?" She asked if the cause was worthy. Corla replied. Their conversation was interrupted by the sound of engines. Kate looked up to see 3 human military vehicles approaching. The soldiers had discovered the alien presence. "You should go," Kate said quickly. "They will shoot first and ask questions later." Corla hesitated. Her mission required her to learn about humans, not engage them in battle, but retreating felt wrong. Something about this human Kate made her want to stay. Corla activated her cloaking device, becoming invisible to human eyes. "I will return," she promised. "Tomorrow at this place we should talk." More Kate nodded, though she could no longer see the alien. The vehicles drew closer, and Kate put away her weapons, preparing to meet her fellow soldiers. The next day, Kate returned to the training area, uncertain if the alien would keep her word. She practiced with her blades, trying to focus, but her mind kept returning to the strange encounter. Corla had been nothing like she expected. An alien. More advanced than human, certainly, but not the mindless invader from horror movies. Instead, she seemed honorable, intelligent, even reasonable. A shimmer in the air announced Corla's arrival. The alien. Commander appeared, her blue skin gleaming in the sunlight. She wore less armor today, though still carried weapons at her sides. "You came back," Kate said, unable to hide her surprise. "I keep my promises." Corla replied, "I have spoken with my superiors. They are interested in negotiation rather than conflict." "Your planet has caught their interest," Kate nodded. "What happens now?" she asked. Corla moved closer, studying the human with her silver eyes. "Now I learn about humans," she said. "And you learn about Zentari. We will be bridges between our peoples." Over the following weeks, Kate and Corla met regularly. Kate brought books and pictures showing human history and culture. Corla shared information about her own people using a holographic device that displayed images of the Zentari homeworld. Their meetings remained secret. Both knowing that others might not understand, Kate learned that the Zentari lived in a strict hierarchy based on physical and mental strength. Their society rewarded excellence and punished weakness. They had traveled through space for centuries, building an empire across multiple star systems. Corla, as a military commander, held high status among her people. Corla discovered that humans, despite their physical limitations, had created art, music, and literature that rivaled anything in the empire. Their emotions ran deep, and their determination could be formidable. Kate explained human concepts like democracy and freedom, ideas foreign to the structured Zentari society. 1. Evening, as they sat watching the sunset, Corla turned to Kate. "I wish you had been born Zentari," she said suddenly. "You would have risen high in our ranks." Kate smiled at the compliment. "And I think you would have made an excellent human." She replied, "You ask questions, you consider new ideas, those are traits we value." Corla made the rumbling sound of her laughter. "We are not so different, perhaps," she admitted. As darkness fell, Corla activated a small light that hovered between them, casting a soft glow. "I must tell you something important," she said, her tone serious. "My superiors have decided to send a diplomatic mission to your government leaders. They arrive in 7 days." Kate straightened. "This is good news, isn't it?" Corla hesitated. "Not all Zentari share my views. Some believe humans are too primitive to negotiate with as equals. They would prefer to take what we need without permission." Kate frowned. "What can we do?" Corla reached out hesitantly with one of her lower arms. Her blue fingers brushed against Kate's hand. "We must ensure the diplomatic mission succeeds. I need your help to contact your leaders to prepare them." Kate felt the alien's touch like electricity against her skin. Different species from different worlds, yet in this moment, the connection between them seemed the most natural thing in the universe. "I will help you," Kate promised. "Whatever it takes." Corla nodded, her silver eyes reflecting the floating light. "I knew you would say that," she said softly. "That is why I wished you were Zentari. Such loyalty, such courage. These are traits my people respect above all others." Together they began planning how to bring their worlds together peacefully, each recognizing in the other a kindred spirit. Despite their differences, they shared something essential, a warrior's heart and a vision of what could be. "Now I'll create part 2 for you." 3 days passed since Kate and Corla agreed to work together. The Zentari diplomatic ship would arrive in 4 days, leaving them little time to prepare. Kate had contacted her commanding officer, Colonel Laura Hayes, explaining she had made peaceful contact with a Zentari representative. The colonel had been skeptical at first, but agreed to meet with Corla. They gathered in an abandoned warehouse outside the military base. Kate paced nervously, while Corla stood perfectly still, her 4 arms at her sides. The door opened, and Colonel Hayes entered, flanked by 2 armed soldiers. The colonel stopped, studying the alien with narrow eyes. "Is this your Zentari?" she asked. Kate Corla stepped forward, activating her translator. I am Commander Korla of the Zentari Elite Guard, she said. I come seeking peaceful dialogue. Colonel, Hayes remained expressionless. Why should we trust you? Your ships appeared without warning, positioning themselves over our cities. That looks like preparation for attack, Korla nodded, acknowledging the point standard procedure when encountering new worlds, she explained. We did not know if humans would be hostile. Our scans detected weapons capable of reaching orbit. We took precautions, and now Kate added, these precautions are no longer necessary. The Zentari are willing to negotiate for the resources they need. No one has to fight. Colonel Hayes looked between the human and alien. You seem very certain of that, Wilson, she said to Kate. Has this alien convinced you so easily? Kate stood straighter, meeting her superior's gaze. I believe, Commander. Korla is sincere, she said. I also believe we cannot win a war against their technology. Negotiation is our best option. The colonel sighed, turning back to Korla. What exactly do your people want? Korla explained about the minerals and gases the Zentari needed primarily from uninhabited planets in the solar system. In exchange, they offered technological knowledge, particularly in medicine and clean energy. The colonel listened, asking occasional questions, her expression gradually softening. I need to report this to my superiors, she said finally. This is beyond my authority. But I will recommend they meet with your diplomatic team. Korla bowed slightly in the human manner she had learned from Kate. This is wise, she said. Your people and mine can benefit from alliance rather than conflict. After the colonel left, Kate released a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. That went better than I expected, she admitted. Korla made her rumbling laugh. The colonel reminds me of my first commander, she said. Direct, suspicious, but reasonable. I respect that. They left the warehouse, walking together under the night sky. The stars shone brightly above them, worlds Korla had visited and others still unknown to either species. Kate glanced at her alien companion. Do you miss your home? She asked. Korla considered the question. My home is wherever my duty takes me, she replied after a moment. But yes, I miss certain things. The 3 moons rising over the crystal forests, the songs of the wind creatures during mating season. What about family? Kate asked. Do you have someone waiting for you? Korla shook her head. Centauri warriors rarely form permanent attachments, she explained. Our lives belong to the Empire. We are trained from youth to value duty above personal connections. That sounds lonely, Kate said softly. Korla looked down at the human female, surprised by the insight. Perhaps it is, she admitted. I never thought of it that way. Do humans form attachments easily? Kate smiled. Many of us do. We call it love, friendship, family. These connections give our lives meaning beyond duty. Korla touched Kate's shoulder with one of her upper hands. I think I understand, she said. This connection between us, it is friendship. Yes, Kate agreed. Feeling warmth spread through her at the alien's touch. We are friends. The next morning, Kate received orders to report to Washington, D.C. The highest levels of government wanted to hear about her contact with the Zentari. She was given permission to bring Korla, though the alien would be under heavy guard. They traveled by military aircraft. Korla experiencing human flight technology with curious interest. The craft seemed impossibly primitive to her, but she made no comment, not wanting to offend Kate. She observed the humans around her, noting their nervous glances and tight grips on weapons. Their fear was understandable. First contact between species rarely went smoothly in any world. In Washington, they were taken to a secure underground facility Kate had never seen before. Korla submitted to scans and searches without complaint. Understanding the humans' need for caution, they were led into a conference room where 5 serious humans waited. The President of the United States sat at the center, flanked by military and scientific advisors. Kate came to attention and saluted, while Korla stood tall beside her. The President nodded at Kate. You have placed us in an unusual position, Lieutenant Wilson, she said. Making unauthorized contact with an alien species. I apologize, Madam President, Kate replied. But I believed it was necessary. Commander Korla offered peaceful communication when she could have remained hidden, gathering intelligence. The president turned her attention to Korla. Tell me, Commander, why should Earth trust the Zentari Empire? Your people have technology far beyond ours. You could take what you want by force. Korla met the human leader's gaze. War is costly, she said. Even for the victor, the Zentari value efficiency. The resources we seek can be acquired through trade, benefiting both our peoples. Conflict would waste lives and materials, and if we refuse, the president asked, then we would seek these resources elsewhere, Korla answered honestly, though at greater cost to my people. Our scientists believe Earth offers the most efficient solution to our needs. The meeting continued for hours. Korla answering questions about Zentari, technology, culture, and intentions. Kate watched with pride as her alien friend handled the intense scrutiny with dignity and patience. Finally, the president called for a break, announcing they would reconvene the next day. Kate and Korla were escorted. To separate quarters, though, allowed to speak briefly before parting. You did well, Kate told the alien. The president seemed impressed. Korla looked tired, her blue skin duller than usual. Your leader asks good questions. She said they show wisdom, but some of your advisors hunger for our technology without understanding its power. This concerns me. Kate touched Korla's lower arm gently. We will make them understand. The diplomatic ship arrives in 2 days. By then, the president will see the benefits of peace. Korla covered Kate's hand with one of her own. I hope you are right, she said. For both our peoples, that night, Kate could not sleep. Her mind raced with worries. What if the negotiations failed? What if either side decided war was preferable? To compromise, she had come to care deeply for Korla, seeing beyond her alien appearance to the person within. The thought of their peoples fighting each other filled her with dread. A soft knock at her door startled her. She opened it to find Korla, standing there guarded by 2 soldiers but clearly determined to speak with her. I need to show you something, the alien said urgently. It cannot wait until morning. Kate convinced the guards to allow them privacy in her room. Once alone, Korla activated a small device projecting a holographic image of space. This appeared in orbit 1 hour ago, Korla explained, pointing to a small craft. My superior officer, Major Dexan. He has arrived ahead of the diplomatic team. Kate frowned, studying the image. Is that unusual? Korla nodded. Her silver eyes troubled. Dexan leads the faction that believes humans are unworthy of negotiation. He seeks conquest, not peace. His early arrival suggests he may attempt to undermine our efforts. What can we do? Kate asked. We must speak with him before he reaches your leaders, Korla said. He respects strength. If he sees humans as warriors worthy of the Zentari, he may reconsider his position. Kate considered this. Could I meet him? Would that help? Korla looked at Kate with all 4 of her silver eyes. I would not ask this of you, she said. Dexan is dangerous, unpredictable. But yes, if he saw your skill, your courage, it might change his mind. Then I will do it, Kate said without hesitation. For peace, for our peoples, for our friendship. Korla touched Kate's face with one gentle blue hand. In that moment, something passed between them. Something beyond friendship, beyond duty. A connection that crossed the vast differences between their worlds. The next morning, they put their plan into action. Korla contacted Dexan requesting a private meeting. Surprisingly, he agreed, curious about the commander who had spent so much time among humans. They met in a secure military training facility. Kate dressed in full combat gear. Korla, in her ceremonial armor. Dexan arrived with 2 guards, his massive form even larger than Korla's. His skin was darker blue, marked with scars from countless battles, his eyes cold as he surveyed the humans present. You bring me to see these creatures, Dexan said to Korla in their language, which Kate could not understand. You waste my time. Korla stood tall. This human is a warrior, she replied. She wishes to demonstrate why humans deserve respect. Dexan laughed, a harsh sound, unlike Korla's rumbling. Mirth, show me then, he said, switching to English through his translator. Let this small being prove her worth. Kate stepped forward, her heart pounding but her face calm. She had trained her entire life for challenges, never imagining she would face an alien commander to prove humanity's value. "I challenge you to combat training," she said to Dexan. "Not to harm, but to demonstrate skill. The Zentari value strength. Let me show you ours. Here's Part 3. Title. Part 3. Dexan stared at Kate, his 4 silver eyes narrowing with amusement. "You challenge me, human." He looked at Corla. "Has this creature lost her mind?" Corla remained calm. "Commander Kate Wilson is skilled in human combat arts," she explained. "She wishes to demonstrate that humans, though physically different, possess warrior qualities the Zentari would respect." Dexan considered this. For centuries, the Zentari Empire had expanded across the stars, encountering many species. Most submitted. Without resistance, others fought and fell. Those who impressed the Zentari with their courage were offered alliance rather than subjugation. Could these humans prove worthy? "Very well," Dexan said. "I accept this challenge." He removed his outer armor, leaving his upper body covered only in a tight mesh that showed his muscular blue form. All 4 of his arms flexed with power. Kate swallowed hard, but showed no fear. She wore simple training clothes that allowed free movement. Her red hair tied. Back from her face, she carried no weapons, as this was to be a test of skill, not a fight to harm. They stood in the center of the training room, Corla and several human military observers watching from the sides. Kate bowed slightly in respect. Dexan mimicked the gesture, though with obvious reluctance. "Begin," Corla commanded. Dexan moved first, faster than Kate expected for his size, all 4 arms reaching for her. She ducked and rolled, avoiding his grasp. Years of training against larger opponents had taught her that direct confrontation would mean defeat. She needed to use his size against him. Kate stayed mobile, circling, keeping distance, studying his movements. Dexan grew frustrated, lunging forward with greater force. Kate sidestepped and struck at his exposed side. Her blow connected but seemed to have little effect on his dense muscle. The Zentari commander laughed. "Is this all humans can offer?" he taunted. "Weak strikes." And running, Kate didn't respond, saving her breath. She needed to be patient, wait for the right moment. Dexan pressed his attack, using his multiple limbs to block her escape routes. She found herself cornered between his 4 arms and superior height. She had nowhere to go. The observers tensed. Corla watched without expression, though her lower hands clenched into fists. Just as Dexan moved to grapple her, Kate dropped to the floor and slid between his legs. She sprang up behind him, striking precisely at the joint between his upper and lower spine, a vulnerable point Corla had once mentioned during their conversations. Dexan grunted in surprise, his movements momentarily slowed. Kate pressed her advantage, delivering quick strikes to other sensitive areas, then darting away before he could recover. The Zentari commander's expression changed from amusement to concentration. He began moving more carefully, recognizing Kate as a genuine opponent. They circled each other again, but now with mutual respect. Their combat continued for nearly 30 minutes. Neither gaining clear advantage, Kate compensated for her lesser strength with speed and precision. Dexan learned to anticipate her techniques, adapting his style. Finally, Corla stepped forward. "Enough," she declared. "This demonstration has served its purpose." Both combatants stopped breathing heavily. Kate felt exhaustion in every muscle but remained standing tall. Dexan studied her with new interest. "The human female has skill," he admitted. "She uses weakness as strength, turning disadvantage to advantage." "This is not what I expected." Kate bowed again. "Thank you for the honor of this combat," she said formally. "I hope it demonstrates that humans, though different from Zentari, can be worthy allies." Dexan returned, the bow a significant concession from a Zentari of his rank. "You have given me much to consider," he said. He turned to Corla. "I will speak with the diplomatic team when they arrive. Perhaps negotiation has merit after all." After Dexan and his guards departed, Kate collapsed onto a bench, her legs finally giving out. Corla sat beside her. "That was impressive," the alien commander said softly. "Few beings have faced Dexan in combat and earned his respect." Kate smiled through her exhaustion. "I didn't win," she pointed out. Winning was not the goal. Corla replied, "You showed courage, skill, and honor. These are what mattered to the Zentari. Dexon will support peaceful negotiation now." I believe Kate leaned against Corliss, solid form, grateful for her presence. "Do you think it will work?" she asked Will. "Our peoples become allies." Corla hesitated. "The path forward remains uncertain," she said. "But you have created possibility where none existed before. This is a gift." They sat together in comfortable silence, each lost in thought about the future. The human military observers had withdrawn, giving them privacy. Kate felt a strange contentment. Despite her aching body, she had faced an alien warrior in combat and earned respect, not just for herself, but for humanity. This connection between human and Zentari might change the course of history. The following day, the official Zentari diplomatic ship arrived, positioning itself in orbit above Washington. A smaller craft descended carrying 6 representatives, Dexan. Among them, Kate and Corla stood with Earth officials as the aliens disembarked. The chief diplomat, a female Zentari named Valara, greeted them with formal gestures. Her translator conveying words of peace and cooperation. Kate noticed how Dexan spoke, quietly to Valara, gesturing toward her several times. The chief diplomat studied Kate with increased interest. The diplomatic meetings began immediately in a secure conference room Kate and Corla attended as advisors, their unique friendship serving as evidence that cooperation between species was possible. Valara proved to be a skilled negotiator firm in protecting Zentari interests, but willing to compromise. 3 days of intense discussion followed. The humans offered access to specific mining rights on uninhabited planets and moons within the solar system. In exchange, the Zentari would share medical technology that could cure several human diseases and provide clean energy systems. On the final day, as the agreements were being prepared for signature, Valara approached Kate privately. "Commander Corla speaks highly of you," she said. "You have impressed Dexan as well." A rare achievement, Kate nodded, uncertain how to respond. "Thank you." Valara continued. "Among my people there is a tradition. When we encounter individuals of exceptional quality from other species, we sometimes offer them special status. Would you consider serving as human liaison to the Zentari Empire? This would involve traveling with us, learning our ways, becoming a bridge between our peoples." Kate felt surprise and honor at the offer, but her home was Earth, her duty to her own kind. Could she leave everything behind? She looked across the room where Corla stood, watching them with those silver eyes that had become so familiar. "I need time to consider," Kate said. "This is a significant decision." Valara nodded, understanding. "I will await your answer before our departure in 2 days." That evening, Kate sought out Corla, finding the commander on the roof of the building staring at the stars. "Did you know about the liaison offer?" Kate asked, joining her. Corla nodded. "The tradition is ancient, rarely invoked," she explained. "It would be a great honor for you, but also a difficult path. You would live between worlds belonging fully to neither." Kate studied her friend's face. "Did you suggest it?" Corla met her gaze. "I spoke of your qualities, yes. But the decision was Velarus. The choice is yours." Kate turned her attention to the night sky. "Where would I go? What would I do as liaison?" "You would travel with diplomatic teams," Corla said. "Learn our language, our customs, visit our colonies, perhaps even our homeworld. You would help humans understand us, and help us understand humans, and you." Kate asked quietly. "Where will you go after this?" Corla hesitated, her lower hands moving restlessly. "I return to my duties," she said. "But Valara has requested I serve as your guide. Should you accept? If you decline, I will be assigned elsewhere." Kate heard what remained unspoken. Their friendship, perhaps something deeper, had grown in these short weeks. But duty called them both, Corla to her empire, Kate to Earth. Unless she chose a different path. "I need to think," Kate said. "I will give my answer tomorrow." She spent a restless night weighing possibilities. Her military career had been her life, her identity. Could she set that aside to become something new? Something unprecedented? A human among aliens? She thought of her family, her friends, how they might react to such a decision. She thought of Earth itself, the only home she had ever known. She also thought of Korla. The connection between them defied explanation. Two beings from different worlds, finding understanding, respect, perhaps even love. Could such a relationship survive? Would the Zentari even permit it? Morning found Kate still uncertain. She walked through the government building, nodding to officials and security personnel, knowing her decision would change everything no matter what she chose. She found herself in the small garden at the center of the complex, a peaceful place where negotiators from both sides sometimes came to rest. Earth plants growing in carefully tended beds. Korla stood there examining a rose with curious fingers. The commander looked up as Kate approached, silver eyes reflecting the morning sun. "Have you decided?" she asked, her voice gentle. Kate took a deep breath. "I have questions before I can answer." Korla nodded. "Ask, would I be free to return to Earth?" Kate began. "Or would I belong to the Empire?" "You would remain a citizen of Earth," Korla explained, "with rights protected by the treaty. You could return, though not frequently. Interstellar travel takes time, even with our technology." Kate moved closer. "If I became liaison, how would the Zentari see me, as an equal or as a curiosity?" Korla considered this. Honestly, both, she admitted. At first, many would view you with skepticism or as an oddity, but through your actions, you would define your place among us, just as you earned Dexon's respect. "One final question," Kate said, her voice softer. "What would I be to you?" Korla went very still, all four hands perfectly motionless. Her blue skin rippled with subtle patterns that Kate had learned indicated deep emotion. "Among my people," she said. "Carefully, those who fight side by side, who trust each other with their lives, often form bonds stronger than family. We call this Kalazai. There is no human word that matches perfectly." Kate stepped closer still, until she stood directly before the alien commander. "Is that what we are?" Kalazai. Korla reached out her upper right hand, gently touching Kate's face. "What we are, what we could become, is your choice," she whispered. "But know that I would stand beside you whatever path you choose." In that moment, Kate's decision crystallized. The unknown stretched before her, frightening yet filled with possibility. A human woman and an alien commander together, facing whatever came. She would be leaving much behind, but moving toward something equally precious. "I accept the liaison position," Kate said. Her hand covered Korla's where it rested against her cheek. "I choose this path. I choose us." Korla's silver eyes seemed to glow with inner light. "The galaxy has just become more interesting," she said. "Here's part 4. The Zentari ship hummed with energy as it prepared to break orbit. Kate stood at the observation window, watching Earth grow smaller, blue and green and perfect against the blackness of space. Her new home aboard the diplomatic vessel felt strange, the air slightly thicker than Earth's, the gravity a touch heavier. Her quarters, designed for Zentari, had been modified for human comfort, though everything remained oversized. 6 weeks had passed since she accepted the position of human liaison to the Zentari Empire. 6 weeks of briefings, goodbyes, and preparations. The treaty between Earth and the Empire had been signed, establishing trade agreements and mutual defense. Pax. Kate had become the living symbol of this new alliance. Her image alongside Korla's appeared in news broadcasts worldwide. Now, as stars began to appear around the curve of her home planet, Kate felt the weight of her decision. She would not see Earth again for at least 2 standard years. Her family had been proud but concerned, her military superior surprised but supportive. Only Colonel Hayes had truly understood. "You were always meant for something extraordinary, Wilson," she had said. At their farewell, a soft chime announced a visitor. Kate turned as the door slid open. Korla entered, her commanding presence filling the room. The Zentari wore formal armor, indicating her recent promotion to diplomatic security chief. Her new position kept her close to Kate, a fact that pleased them both. "We will reach jump point in 1 hour." Corla said. "The captain wishes to know if you would observe from the command center. It is your right." As liaison, Kate nodded, grateful for the distraction from her thoughts. "I would like that," she said. They walked together through corridors designed for beings larger than humans. Kate had learned to match her stride to Corla's. Longer ones, Centauri crew members acknowledged them with respectful gestures. Some still regarded Kate with curiosity, but none showed hostility. Her combat with Dexon had become legend among the crew, establishing her status as worthy of respect. The command center occupied the heart of the ship, a circular chamber filled with technology beyond human understanding. Centauri officers worked at stations monitoring systems Kate could barely comprehend. The captain, a veteran commander named Thoran, nodded as they entered. "Liaison Wilson," he said through his translator. "Welcome to your first interstellar journey." Kate stood straight, attempting to project confidence despite her inner nervousness. "Thank you, Captain. I appreciate the opportunity to observe." Thoran gestured to a position near the central display. "Our destination is Centauri Prime," he explained. "The journey requires 3 jumps through fold space. We will arrive in approximately 7 Earth days." 7 days. Kate marveled. The nearest star to Earth would take human ships decades to reach. The technology gap between their civilizations seemed insurmountable. Yet here she stood, preparing to cross that gap, literally and figuratively. The jump sequence began. A strange vibration ran through the ship. The stars in the view screen stretched impossibly long, then vanished, completely replaced by swirling patterns of light. Kate felt momentary disorientation, her human brain struggling to process the experience of fold space. Travel Corla steadied her with one hand. "This sensation passes quickly," she assured Kate. "Most species adapt after several jumps." Kate focused on breathing deeply, fighting the wave of nausea. The Centauri had provided medication to help humans tolerate fold space, but the experience remained discomforting. Eventually, the feeling subsided, leaving Kate exhausted but functional. The following days established a routine. Kate spent mornings studying Centauri language and culture. Afternoons included physical training, adapted to maintain human muscle mass in the heavier gravity. Evenings brought meetings with various ship officers, building relationships and gathering knowledge about her new allies. Corla remained her constant companion, guiding, explaining, protecting. When not fulfilling official duties, they shared meals in Kate's quarters, or Corla's, discussing everything from military tactics to favorite childhood memories. Despite their physical differences, they discovered surprising commonalities. Both valued honor, discipline, and direct communication. Both had dedicated their lives to service, choosing duty over personal desires. On the 5th day of their journey, Kate practiced the Centauri language with Corla. The alien tongue challenged human vocal cords, requiring sounds Kate struggled to produce. "Your pronunciation improves," Corla noted. After the 3rd attempt at a particularly difficult word, Kate sighed in frustration. "I feel like a child learning to speak," she admitted. Corla made her rumbling laugh. "You learn faster than Centauri children," she said. "They require 2 full cycles to master basic speech." "You have accomplished much in weeks." The compliment warmed Kate. She had grown to value Corla's approval, finding satisfaction in the commander's rare praise. Their relationship had evolved beyond professional necessity, beyond even friendship, though neither had spoken directly of deeper feelings. The Centauri approached emotional matters differently than humans, preferring actions over declarations. As their language lesson concluded, Corla hesitated, seeming uncharacteristically uncertain. "We will reach Centauri Prime in 2 days," she said. "Tomorrow there will be a ceremony among the crew, a tradition before returning home. I would be honored if you would participate." Kate smiled. "Of course, what does it involve?" Corla explained. The homecoming circle gathered crew members who shared memories of significance since their last visit to the homeworld. The ritual strengthened bonds between warriors and prepared them for reunion with their families. "It sounds beautiful," Kate said. Then with hesitation, "Will they accept my presence? I am not Centauri. You are Kalazai." Corla replied, using the term she had introduced weeks ago on Earth. "You belong in the circle." The next evening, Kate joined 40 Centauri crew members in the ship's gathering hall. They sat in concentric circles on floor cushions designed for their four-legged posture. Kate adapted as best she could, feeling awkwardly small among them. Corla sat beside her, a reassuring presence. Captain Thorin began speaking in the Centauri language his translator deactivated for this personal ceremony. Kate understood portions, following the ritual through context, and Corliss' occasional whispered clarification. Each crew member shared a memory, a lesson learned during their journey. Some spoke of battles, others of discoveries. Many mentioned the new alliance with humans, glancing respectfully toward Kate. When her turn came, Kate stood addressing the circle in careful Centauri speech. She had prepared her words with Corliss. "Help, I came from Earth as a warrior," she said. "I returned to Centauri Prime as Kalizai. My greatest lesson has been that strength comes in many forms. My people believed ourselves alone in the universe. Now we know differently. The stars hold both danger and friendship. I have found both among you." Her pronunciation faltered in places, but the meaning carried. The Centauri nodded, many touching their upper right arms to their hearts, a gesture of highest respect. Kate sat, her heart pounding with emotion. Corla spoke last. "As commander of security, my duty is protection," she said. "I have protected borders, ships, leaders, but my most important protection has been of understanding between our peoples." She turned toward Kate, meeting her eyes directly through. "This human, I have seen the Empire anew. Her courage, her adaptability, her loyalty. These qualities remind us of our best traditions." A murmur of agreement passed through the gathering. The captain closed the ceremony with traditional words. Kate only partially understood, but the sentiment transcended language. They were returning home carrying new perspectives. Later, as Kate and Corla walked back to their quarters, Kate asked, "Did I say everything correctly? I was nervous." Corla touched her shoulder. "Briefly. You spoke with heart," she said. "That matters more than perfect sounds. The crew respects you now, not merely as a curiosity, but as Kalizai." Kate stopped in the empty corridor, looking up at her companion. "That word, you use it often, but never fully explain its meaning." Corla seemed to consider her words carefully. "In ancient times, when the Centauri first reached the stars, we encountered others unlike ourselves. We fought some, befriended others. Those who proved themselves worthy, who stood with us against common threats, became Kalizai. Not Centauri by birth, but Centauri by choice, by spirit. They held special place, neither outsider nor quite the same as born Centauri. You are first Kalizai in many generations. Is that all the word means?" Kate pressed, sensing deeper significance. Corla hesitated, her four hands moving in subtle patterns of discomfort. "Among warriors who face death together, Kalizai also means something more personal," she admitted finally. "Those who trust without question, who would sacrifice for each other without hesitation. The closest human concept might be soulmates," Kate suggested softly. Corla's silver eyes widened with surprise. "That word, yes. Perhaps similar." They stood in silence, the implication hanging between them. Kate had suspected her feelings for Corla went beyond friendship, beyond professional alliance. But the Centauri remained reserved, controlled, making it difficult to know if those feelings were reciprocated. Now this single word, Kalizai, suggested possibilities Kate had barely allowed herself to imagine. The moment broke as another crew member rounded the corner. Corla straightened, resuming her formal demeanor. "We should rest," she said. "Tomorrow brings final preparations for arrival." Kate nodded, disappointed but understanding. The complexities of their relationship, both public and private, required patience. Time enough to explore personal matters after reaching Centauri Prime. The final day of travel passed quickly. Last communications with Earth, confirmation of arrival protocols, medical checks to ensure Kate could tolerate the Centauri atmosphere. Though compatible with human physiology, the air contained different proportions of gases requiring an adjustment period. As the ship prepared for final approach, Kate returned to the observation deck. Corla found her there, staring at the view screen where Centauri Prime had appeared. A world larger than Earth with two small moons orbiting in tandem. From space, the planet showed swirls of deep purple and blue. its surface largely covered by water. "It is beautiful," Kate said. Corla stood beside her. "My home," she agreed. "Though after so much time among the stars, one planet seems much like another." Kate glanced at her, surprised. "By the sentiment, I thought all Zentari felt deep connection to the homeworld. Most do," Corla acknowledged, "but some of us belong more to the journey than the destination." She looked down, meeting Kate's eyes. "I have discovered home can be a person as much as a place." Before Kate could respond, the ship's communication system announced final approach. All personnel to secure positions. Diplomatic staff to preparation chamber. The moment passed, but Corliss' words remained with Kate as they made their way to the diplomatic section of the ship, where representatives waited to escort them to the surface. After weeks in space, Kate would soon set foot on an alien world, the first human to visit Zentari Prime. She felt both terror and exhilaration. The preparation chamber diplomatic staff briefed her on protocols for meeting the Zentari High Council. Kate listened carefully. Though the information overwhelmed her, Corla remained nearby, occasionally adding clarification. The comfort of the commander's presence helped steady Kate's nerves as the ship entered atmosphere. Kate felt the slight shudder of deceleration. Through viewports, she watched clouds part, revealing a landscape both alien and strangely familiar. Vast oceans, tall mountains, forests of strange purple vegetation. Cities rose from coastal regions, their architecture emphasizing vertical space rather than horizontal spread. The ship settled onto a landing platform outside the capital city. A reception committee waited below officials. In elaborate ceremonial armor, Kate took a deep breath, preparing for her first step onto another world. She straightened her uniform, specially designed to reflect both human military tradition and Zentari respect. Symbols Corla approached, adjusting Kate's collar slightly. "Remember," she said quietly, "you come not as supplicant but as representative of Earth. You have earned your place here." Kate nodded, grateful for the reminder. Then, with Corla at her side, she walked toward the airlock, ready to make history. As the doors opened and alien air touched her face, Kate knew with sudden certainty she had found where she belonged. Not on Earth or Zentari Prime, but in this space between worlds, with this alien commander who had become her Kalizai, her soulmate, her home among the stars. Finally, here's part 5. The Zentari capital city of Malcoria stretched toward the purple sky, massive towers connected by arching bridges. Kate stood on the balcony of her assigned quarters, watching flying vehicles move between buildings. Their alien design still fascinated her even after 3 months on this world. She had gradually adjusted to the heavier gravity, the different air composition, and the constant awareness of being the only human among millions of Zentari. Her diplomatic duties kept her busy most days, meeting with trade representatives, explaining human customs, answering endless questions about Earth, occasionally speaking with her homeworld through the communication array. Though the connection allowed only short exchanges, she treasured these links to her former life. Colonel Hayes provided military updates, her family shared personal news. Earth continued rotating while Kate forged a new existence light years away. A soft chime announced a visitor. Kate turned as the door slid open, expecting her Zentari language instructor. Instead, Corla entered, her commanding presence familiar and welcome. The security chief wore formal armor, indicating she came from official business. "The High Council requests your presence, Kate," Corla said. Her use of Kate's first name rather than title suggested this was not routine. Kate straightened, immediately sensing importance. "Is something wrong?" Corla hesitated. "A situation has developed," she explained. "Our outpost near the Andari system has detected unusual activity. Vessels of unknown origin approaching Zentari territory. The Council wishes to discuss implications for the Earth Alliance." Kate nodded, understanding the gravity. A potential threat to the Empire could extend to Earth as well, under their mutual defense agreement. She quickly changed into her formal uniform, emblazoned with both human and Zentari insignia. Together, they departed for the council chambers, the HFY High Council of the Zentari Empire, consisted of 12 senior members representing military science diplomacy and cultural interests. They met in a circular chamber, its walls displaying real-time images of Zentari territories across multiple star systems. Kate had appeared before them several times, but never with such urgency. Supreme Counselor Merak, a venerable Zentari with pale blue skin, addressed them as they entered. Liaison Wilson, Commander Korla. Thank you for responding quickly. We face a developing situation that concerns both our peoples. Kate bowed in the Zentari manner. I am honored by your confidence, Supreme Counselor. How may I assist? Merak gestured to the central display where star maps appeared, highlighting a region at the edge of Zentari space. Our long-range sensors detected 7 vessels of advanced design approaching from beyond the Andari system, he explained. They do not match known signatures of any species in our records. They have not responded to communication attempts. Kate studied the display, noting the vessel's trajectory. Their course suggests deliberate approach to Zentari space, she observed. Not random exploration, exactly. Commander Korla agreed, stepping forward. Their formation indicates coordination, possibly military in nature. We must consider them potential hostiles until proven otherwise. Another counselor scientist, Talara, spoke. The vessels employ technology beyond our current understanding. Their propulsion system leaves no energy signature, yet they move at speeds comparable to our fastest ships. Kate felt a chill of apprehension. An unknown species with superior technology approaching Zentari space. The implications extended beyond immediate security concerns. This could reshape the balance of power in this region of space, affecting Earth by extension. What defensive measures have been implemented? She asked. Military Counselor Dexan, the same commander Kate had faced in combat months ago on Earth, answered. We have dispatched a battle group to intercept and assess 5 ships under Admiral Vorax with orders to establish contact peacefully if possible, but defend our territory if necessary. Kate considered this information carefully. The Zentari response seemed proportionate, neither overly aggressive nor dangerously passive. Still, the situation troubled her. These unknowns had appeared shortly after Earth joined the Zentari alliance. Perhaps coincidence, perhaps not. Supreme Counselor Merak turned to Kate. Your perspective, as human liaison, is valuable in this matter. He said. Earth is new to interstellar relations. Your species has considered first contact scenarios for generations through what you call science fiction. This combination of caution and imagination might offer insights our experience overlooks. Kate felt the weight of expectation from all 12 counselors. Even after months among them, she sometimes struggled to read Zentari expressions, but their focused attention was unmistakable. They genuinely valued her input based on human history and speculation. Kate began cautiously. I would recommend parallel approaches. First, continue attempts at communication using mathematical sequences, universal physical constants, and simple visual representations. These transcend language barriers. Second, maintain defensive positioning but avoid actions these beings might interpret as aggressive. Third, prepare for multiple possibilities ranging from peaceful contact to defensive conflict. The council members exchanged glances Kate had learned to recognize as their way of showing consideration. Merak nodded. Your recommendations align with our initial planning, he said, but add valuable nuance. We would request your continued involvement as this situation develops. Your unique perspective may prove crucial. Kate bowed again. I serve the Alliance in all ways possible. The meeting concluded with assignment of responsibilities. Kate would join the diplomatic team preparing potential first contact protocols. Korla would coordinate security measures between the approaching battle group and planetary defenses. Both would report directly to the Council, bypassing normal chains of command as they left the chamber. Korla guided Kate toward a private garden, one of few places in the capital guaranteed free from surveillance. Once alone among the strange violet vegetation, the commander spoke frankly. There is more to this situation than the Council revealed. She said, her voice low. 4 similar vessels were detected near Earth space last week. They remained at the edge of your solar system briefly, then departed. Our treaty obligations required informing your government, but not necessarily you. The vessels near Earth and those approaching Zentari space appear identical. Kate felt a surge of protective anger toward her homeworld. Why wasn't I told? Corla met her gaze. Politics, she said simply. Some council members feared your loyalty would divide if Earth appeared directly threatened. Others, simply, followed protocol, considering it a military matter outside diplomatic channels. I tell you now. Because I believe you deserve complete information. Kate took a deep breath, controlling her reaction. The commander's trust meant everything, especially in this complex situation. Thank you for your honesty, she said. What do you think these vessels want? Corla shook her head. Blue skin reflecting dappled light through alien leaves, I cannot say. But their timing concerns me. First contact with Earth treaty formation. Then appearance of unknown vessels near both our worlds. This suggests deliberate observation, perhaps assessment of our alliance. They sat on a stone bench designed for Zentari proportions. Kate had grown accustomed to furniture that made her feel like a child. The garden around them hummed with insect-like creatures pollinating, flowering plants. Despite its alien nature, the place brought calm, a sanctuary amid growing tension. Do you think we face invasion? Kate asked finally, voicing her deepest concern. Corla considered carefully. I have served the Empire for 120 years, she said. In that time, we have encountered 17 spacefaring species. Some became allies, others opponents. A few simply wished to be left alone. Never have I seen technology that leaves no energy signature. This suggests capabilities far beyond our understanding. Such beings could have conquered us already if that was their intention. What then? Kate pressed. Perhaps assessment, Corla suggested. Testing our responses, studying our reactions. The unknown species might be deciding whether we represent threat, opportunity, or neither. Kate nodded, finding wisdom in the commander's analysis. For 3 months she had absorbed Zentari strategic thinking, learning to balance caution with initiative. Now those lessons would face practical application over the following days. Kate divided her time between diplomatic preparation and security briefings. The approaching vessels maintained consistent speed and trajectory, still ignoring all communication attempts, Zentari battlegroup commanders reported. Increasing tension among crews. The council met twice daily, reviewing options and contingencies. Kate established a direct communication link with Earth Military Command, sharing information and coordinating potential responses should the unknown vessels reappear in human space. Colonel Hayes, now promoted to general, represented Earth interests, her familiar face a comfort during difficult discussions. 8 days after the council meeting, Kate stood in the Strategic Command Center watching live feed from the Zentari battle group. The unknown vessels had come within visual range, appearing as sleek, elongated forms with no visible propulsion systems or weapons. They moved with impossible grace, maintaining perfect formation. Admiral Vorax, commanding the Zentari ships, attempted contact using the protocols Kate had helped develop. Mathematical sequences, universal constants, simple pictorial messages. No response came. As tension mounted, Kate felt Corla's presence beside her, the commander. Having rarely left her side during this crisis, something is happening, Admiral Vorax reported. The feed showed the unknown vessels changing configuration, their forms stretching, reconfiguring, a signal incoming, untranslatable but definitely directed. Communication. The command center erupted in activity. Zentari technicians worked frantically to analyze the signal. Kate watched the screen's heart pounding with mixture of fear and anticipation. This moment would define interspecies relations, perhaps. For generations, a technician called out, "We have partial translation." Basic mathematical acknowledgement, followed by what appears to be a request. For what Kate asked, moving closer to the main display. The technician looked confused. The translation suggests, "They request to speak with the Kalazai." The room fell silent, all eyes turning toward Kate. The term Kalazai, rarely used in official contexts, had somehow been transmitted by these unknown beings. Impossible unless they had been observing, monitoring. Communications between Zentari Counselor Merak, who had joined them in the command center, looked troubled. How would they know this term? He asked specifically in reference to Liaison Wilson. No one had answers, only questions. The unknown vessels maintained position waiting. The Zentari battle group likewise held station prepared for any development. Kate straightened, making a decision. "Let me speak with them," she said. Corla stepped forward immediately. "This could be a trap," she warned. "We know nothing of their intentions." Kate met the commander's silver eyes. "This is why I came to Zentari space," she said quietly. "To bridge worlds, to face the unknown. If they specifically request the human liaison, I should respond." The council members present conferred, briefly before Merak nodded. "Commander Corla will accompany you," he decided. "A shuttle will transport you both to Admiral Vorak's ship. You will conduct communication from there under maximum security." Preparations moved quickly. Kate and Corla boarded a military shuttle within the hour, racing toward the Zentari battle group positioned at system's edge. Neither spoke much during the journey, each lost in thought about what awaited them. Kate reviewed everything she knew about first contact protocols, while Corla coordinated security measures through her communication implant. Admiral Vorak's flagship, the Sentinel, received them with formal military welcome. The massive vessel housed 10,000 Zentari crew members, its weapon systems capable of destroying small moons. Kate felt the weight of history as they were escorted to the command deck. The Admiral, a veteran of numerous campaigns, nodded respectfully as they arrived. "The unknown vessels have maintained position," he reported. "They continue transmitting the same message at regular intervals, requesting communication with the Kalizai. We will respond," Kate said with more confidence than she felt. "Have you prepared the communication array as specified?" The Admiral gestured to a specialized station where technicians made final adjustments. The system would transmit Kate's image and voice while simultaneously attempting to receive and translate responses. No one knew if the unknown beings would even perceive visual information in the same way as humans or Zentari. Kate took position at the station, Corla standing protectively nearby. Admiral Vorax gave the order to initiate transmission. Kate faced the receiver and spoke clearly. "I am Catherine Wilson, human liaison to the Zentari Empire. I am called Kalizai. I receive your communication and respond with peaceful intent." For several long moments, nothing happened. The unknown vessels remained motionless in space. Then, without warning, one vessel detached from formation, moving closer to the Zentari flagship. Defensive systems activated automatically, but Admiral Vorax ordered weapons. Hold. The transmission screen fluttered with strange patterns of light and shadow, gradually resolving into a form Kate struggled to comprehend. Not humanoid, not even recognizable as biological. A shifting mass of interconnected geometric shapes, constantly reforming yet maintaining some central cohesion. A voice emerged from the translator, not speaking any known language but somehow rendered into words Kate could understand. "The Kalizai bridges worlds." The pattern said, "We have watched. We have evaluated. We now determine connection." Kate glanced at Corla, who stood rigid with tension, then back to the screen. "I represent both Earth and Zentari." In peaceful dialogue, she said carefully, "What connection do you seek? We are the Nexus." The strange voice continued, "We exist between spaces, between thoughts. Our kind has observed your species and the Zentari for many cycles. Your alliance creates new pattern worthy of contact." Kate felt simultaneously awed and terrified. These beings, whatever they were, clearly possessed technology and perception beyond current understanding. "Are you offering alliance with our peoples?" she asked. "Not alliance. Knowledge," the Nexus responded. "The Kalizai demonstrates evolution of separateness toward unity. This mirrors our own ancient path. We offer exchange, bridge for bridge, pattern for pattern." The cryptic communication continued for hours. Kate asking questions, receiving answers that raised more questions. The Nexus, as they called themselves, existed primarily in what they termed fold space. The dimensional realm Zentari ships traveled through briefly during jumps. They had evolved beyond physical form, as understood by humans or Zentari perceiving reality, through mathematical patterns rather than matter and energy. Admiral Vorax and Zentari scientists joined the discussion, attempting to understand the implications of this contact. Corla remained vigilant, coordinating security. Though it became increasingly clear the Nexus presented no military threat. Their interest was exchange of knowledge, particularly about how different species could form cooperative relationships. As the marathon communication session stretched into its 10th hour, Kate felt exhaustion clouding her thoughts. Corla noticed, gently suggesting a rest period. The Nexus agreed to pause contact, promising to resume after what they calculated as optimal human recovery time, in private quarters aboard the Sentinel. Kate collapsed onto a sleeping platform, Corla seated nearby monitoring security feeds. The commander looked at Kate with concern. "You have accomplished something unprecedented," she said. "No Zentari has ever communicated successfully with interdimensional beings." Kate managed a tired smile. "Not exactly what I expected when I became liaison." She admitted, "I thought I'd be explaining human holidays or trade regulations, not serving as ambassador to geometric shapes from Fold Space." Corla made her rumbling laugh. "They requested you specifically," she noted. "Not the Supreme Counselor, not the Zentari military, not even Earth leaders. They recognize something in you, something important enough to emerge from their realm." Kate considered this. The Nexus had used the term Kalazai, repeatedly emphasizing the bridge between worlds. She represented. They seemed to value the connection between human and Zentari as significant beyond its political implications. "Do you think they mean us?" Kate asked quietly. "Our personal connection?" Corla moved from her position, sitting beside Kate on the sleeping platform. "I believe they perceive patterns we cannot," she said. "Their understanding of reality differs fundamentally from ours, yet they chose you, chose us as worthy of contact. This suggests they see value in connections that transcend difference." Kate reached for Corla's hand, intertwining her 5 fingers with the commander's 6. "When I left Earth, I never imagined this," she said. "Not any of it. Not you, not the Nexus, not becoming something new." Corla squeezed her hand gently. "The unknown always waits beyond the next star," she said. "This is why we travel. This is why we connect. This is why Kalazai matters." As they sat together, human and alien united in purpose and growing affection, Kate realized she had found her true place in the universe, not as human, not as honorary Zentari, but as bridge between worlds. The Nexus had recognized what she was still discovering. Her greatest strength lay not in fighting skill or diplomatic training, but in her capacity to form bonds across seemingly insurmountable differences.